Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. This video we're going to be talking about a sensitive topic. We're going to be talking about weight loss, we're going to talk about being Jewish, how that's influenced my lifestyle, why I have become the Jewish fitness coach, and I'm going to talk about a comment what someone said on Instagram, I think it was on Instagram, TikTok, a few weeks ago, saying the reason why they've not been able to lose weight is basically being Jewish. And I'm basically here to say, no, it's not, it's because you've been trying the wrong things. And it's a bit of a reality check, and I think we need some change, because I've seen a lot of times saying, oh, I'm struggling to do this, and it's the culture and so on, and because of the Jewish food, because there's so much carbs, and it's all baloney. It's not who you are, what you're born as, the religion you follow, the genetics. Yes, there are factors sometimes, and there are situations where weight loss is really, really challenging and so on, but for majority of people, it's an excuse, and it's because they're not finding the right strategies. And what I'm going to talk about is because they're following people on Instagram or TikTok who have got millions of followers, who basically maybe aren't religious at all, maybe they aren't having Friday dinner, not having Shabbat lunches. Most of the time of the year they aren't really having any like family events where, we have Rosh Hashanah, we have Pesach, we have Purim, where food, drink, and a lot of the people they're comparing themselves to have nothing like that. I remember I said this a few times, and I like this. I have a lot of other friends, coaches, who aren't Jewish, and I basically asked them, well, what would you do if you had a client and they basically had Christmas 52 times a year? And they said they would really struggle, they didn't know what they would do. And I think, that's kind of what the Jewish culture we have, the Friday night dinner. If you look at the calories, it's pretty much the same as having a Christmas lunch, but every single week, and sometimes twice if you have a big Shabbat lunch as well. So, but you can still make progress, and it isn't a reason why you're struggling to lose weight. You just got to find strategies. And when I spoke to the other coaches, I was like, well, what did you do? And they said, well, you'd have to try and have less during those meal times, great, and maybe sometimes during the week you may have to portion size as well and try and hit calorie targets, which is exactly the same that we try and do. Now, I try and do with my clients, and depending on who they are, but everyone's very, very different. So there's not like one set rule, and that's really, really important. So with me, because obviously Jewish fitness coach here, it did play a big part. I said that excuse, because what I was doing is Monday to Friday, I was perfect when there wasn't any Jewish events. But Friday night to Saturday, over the weekend, I really struggled. Not struggled, because I felt Monday to Friday was perfect, I was like, okay, now I can enjoy myself over the weekend. And what happened was I was making no fat loss progress. And that's because I was over-consuming the Friday night dinner, that's because I was over-consuming on Shabbat lunch. Now, obviously it wasn't just those 2 meals, but throughout the whole weekend, that what happened. When I took off the gas and I was a bit more disciplined during the weekend, and I was a bit more relaxed during the week, made more progress and so on. So that's how I dealt with it. Of course, there's various strategies what I've kind of implemented, which I implemented over the weekend, over the Friday night dinner, and so on, which helped me, and that's really important. Now with my journey, I remember there was 2 significant times where being Jewish really influenced my sports journey, and so on, and 2 of them, I'm trying to think, second one, but it was a long time ago, but I do think it did have a big influence. One was London Marathon. This was something I do remember. London Marathon was a few weeks after Pesach, and obviously, because I was running and training a lot, I needed a lot more carbs. And with the Pesach, there wasn't many carbs. There wasn't really much healthy food. There wasn't much food which helped me feel fueled and ready for my runs. And it did influence me. I don't think it was like you could have run 30 minutes faster, but just the energy levels beforehand wasn't there. And I think it was actually, I think we had like 2 days after, when we had Pesach ended, to have a bit more pasta before the marathon. And the second one was, I think this is an excuse of mine, but I had a trial at the football club, Ultram. I don't think it was even a trial, but I felt like it was a trial. I was quite young, but it was during Pesach again, and it was during the Pesach period. And growing up in the teens, I looked back at carbs and I had a lot of energy. And during that time, I was probably having literally no carbs, maybe a piece of matzah that morning. And I remember having the worst game, and I just could not function. I was so tired after 5 minutes. Now, again, am I just using the excuse that I played really bad, or did it influence me? I think to talk about it now, maybe it's an excuse on my end, but maybe there's like 1 or 2% will actually influence me, so who knows. So that's interesting. And so yeah, I'm going to basically talk about, in this next video, I'm going to talk about the comment I received and my solution towards it, and a little mindset shift on what you can implement. Being Jewish is not the reason why you're struggling to lose weight. A few weeks ago, someone commented on my TikTok video saying, I'm really struggling to lose weight, I think it's because I'm Jewish. And here is my response. Hey everyone, I'm the Jewish Fitness Coach. I help you become the best version of themselves through health and fitness. Who you are as a person, your age, your height, your genetics, the religion you follow, is not the excuse of why you can't lose weight. What you may have to understand and accept is, for you, it may take longer for someone else. And what you also need to understand is you shouldn't be comparing yourself to someone who is completely different to you. Yes, of course, with the Jewish culture there's a lot of food, there's a lot of amazing food, and there's a lot of it, I understand that. But it's the same with any tradition, any other culture, any other religion, there's still a lot of foods. I have people coming from who are Muslim commenting on my videos saying, oh my gosh, I understand exactly where you're coming from, and that's really helpful. The biggest thing that someone needs to do is stop following someone, or stop trying to copy and paste someone who lives a complete different lifestyle to you. There's someone else who may not be having Friday dinner, who may not be having Shabbat lunches, where this is a lot of food, and they're not doing that. And what you need to do is follow someone who's one step ahead of you, who's done it, who has Friday night, who has Shabbat lunches, who's made loads of weight loss progress. Like me, one step ahead of you. Your genetics, the religion you follow is not the reason that you're struggling to lose weight. You've just not found the right strategies that works for you, with your environment, with your lifestyle. That's why I want you to follow me, so I can help you take that first step. So, let's conclude. Being Jewish is not the reason why you're struggling to lose weight. You're just not finding a manageable approach for you, for your goals. And that's one of the reasons why I became the Jewish Fitness Coach, is because there isn't much education out there. When I first became Jewish Fitness Coach, I read on the internet, there were like 1 or 2 studies which basically kind of not solve the problem, but kind of like backed up what I wanted to say. One was the obesity rising in Judaism. 2 was the calories in a weekend, and how in America, the study was in America, so, but I'm not going to say, oh, it's from around the world, but you understand what I say, is the Sabbath is the correlation between obesity. And we can't just shut out that. And that's where a lot of people will be like, well, yeah, just don't have that. If another coach will say to someone who's not Jewish, yeah, just don't have your Sunday roast, and so on. And that's sometimes manageable for some people. But for this, actually, Friday night dinner is part of tradition. Part of culture. You can't just shut it out. That's why I'm not a big fan of keto. It's because if you do keto, you're just shutting out colour. You're shutting out most foods you have on Friday night dinner. And instead of shutting out foods, calling them bad and good foods, why don't you learn about it, build a better relationship with food, be a bit more disciplined, and you've got that balance. You can be able to, over time, have that balance of, you know what, sometimes I'm going to enjoy myself, have 5, 6 pieces of colour, love it. Sometimes, you know what, I'm going to have 1 piece of colour. Have that balance that builds a longer, better relationship with food. That's one of the reasons why I became a Jewish Fitness Coach, and there wasn't much out there. There's good coaches who are also Jewish, trying to help Jewish people, really, really good. But I just think there's not education out there regarding like Jewish and of Jewish foods and stuff regarding fitness. So I'm kind of like talking about I remember the first few weeks when I became Jewish Fitness Coach. What happened was I was Live Well Do Well, and I moved to Jewish Fitness Coach, because Live Well Do Well was basically just for everyone in the world. But I want to niche. I'm a little business now, so I want to niche, focus on things, my personal experience, and I know how to help people who can take that next step. Of course, I have everyone. Of course, I'm not just helping Jewish people. There's a lot of other people who talk to me about that, and I work with clients who are Jewish, who aren't Jewish. But a lot of my content will be relatable to Jewish people when I talk about challah, when I talk about stuff. As you can see, my top, only challah. I forgot that I was wearing this top on this video. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do need help, this is the thing. Obviously, listen to me now for 5, 6, 7 minutes, and you don't know how to take that first step, and you're looking for that quick fix. I'm basically here to tell you, stop looking for that quick fix. Let me help you take this long-term success. You can make progress within a few weeks. That could be metric or non-metric progress. But if you want to build a long-term, healthy, happy relationship with food, feeling better, that's my job. that's where we work through a training program that's suitable for you. Maybe if that's in the gym, outside the gym, maybe focus on a nutrition strategy that's good, suitable for you. If that's tracking calories, if that's just guidance, if that's following a plan. Everyone's very, very different. Or if that's, and then finally keep you accountable, 24/6, like that. I really want to start a gym in Tel Aviv called 24/6. I think it's such a genius idea, and there's no 24/7 gyms in Israel, which I haven't found yet, which I'm surprised. Because obviously in the UK you see so many times there's 24/7 gyms, and hopefully maybe in a few years that'll happen. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, if it is something you want to do, fill out my application form below in this video so that I can see if you're a good fit for the training program. Speak soon.